The following show is for educational purposes only. It is not intended to diagnose nor treat any medical condition. Any information or recommendations provided should always be discussed with your healthcare professional. Welcome back to another episode of The Patient Talks. I'm Frank Smith. I'm a family practice physician assistant, a PA for short. Today I'm going to be doing something a little different. We're not going to be talking about a specific medical diagnosis. Instead, I'm going to be having a conversation that I frequently have with patients when they come in for their annual wellness examination, a checkup. Annual wellness examinations are actually one of my favorite appointments to have. It gives me an opportunity to look at the overall wellness of my patient, not just looking at their medical condition or whatever medical problems they're having. I have an opportunity to look at everything that's involved in my patient's health. That's both medical, psychological, social, financial. It gives me a really good snapshot of everything that's going on, and everything in a patient's life has an impact on their health. One of my favorite ages to do this in is in their 30s. The 30s are kind of an age of transition. You may start to see just a few little lines showing up. You may have to start buying a different size of pants. And there may be one or two hairs that have shown up that are a little different color than what you're used to. And the reason that is happening is there's a thing called cellular senescence. And all that phrase really means is the rate of cells being turned over starts to slow down, where instead of cells being replaced frequently, that rate begins to get slower and slower, and any damage that has happened to cells sticks around, and it starts to manifest, and it is part of the aging process. The conversation I have with my patients, some of them have started calling it the car talk, and I kind of like that. So here's kind of the conversation that I have with them. I want you to imagine that I come to you and say, you know what, you're a good person and I've got a lot of extra cars laying around. I'm going to give you a free car. No strings attached, free car. I have two for you to choose from. Over here, I have a 1968 Ford Mustang. Now, when it rolled off the assembly line, it was just a plain Jane Mustang, but it's been taken care of perfectly. Every bit of maintenance that is supposed to be done has been done. The best fluids have been put in it, the best lubricants. It's detailed 4 times a year, washed, waxed frequently, and wiped down with a cloth diaper. It has been taken care of absolutely perfectly. Over here, I have a 2014 Ford Mustang, so 10 years old. This one, when it rolled off the showroom floor, it had all the options. It's a GT500, fully loaded, everything you could put on this car. Zero has been done to this car since the day it was bought. No oil changes, no maintenance, no nothing, never been washed, never been vacuumed, nothing. The only thing that's ever happened is gas has been put in it, and the gas comes from Billy Bob's Bait Shop and Cafe. Okay? Now then, choose your car. Obviously, I'm trying to guide you towards the car over here. The thing is, in your 30s, is when you're kind of determining what kind of car you're going to be driving in your 40s, your 50s, your 60s, and your 70s. It comes down to what you do with your lifestyle and what you do with your food choices and all the other things we know we're supposed to do. And in your 30s, it's where it really starts to matter. So I'll tell my patients, choose your car. Now, there's not necessarily a wrong answer. Very few of us, myself included, are interested in doing everything that's involved in driving this perfectly maintained car. But there's hardly anybody that wants any part of this car over here either. What I want you to do over the next few days is to sit down and make a conscious thought about what am I willing to do, what adjustments am I willing to make that I'll do long term so that whatever car I'm driving for the rest of my life is in the condition I want it to be. And make it a conscious decision. I have a few patients that are doing everything that's involved over here. But frankly, I have a few patients that are making the decision to drive this over here. And if that's the decision, so be it, so long as it's been a conscious decision. One of the most heartbreaking things I do in medicine is I'll have a 60 or 70-year-old that they never made the conscious decision, but we're dealing with the problems, and this is what we're living with. So I want you over the next few days, sit down, think it out. What do I want to do? What kind of car do I want to drive? And once you've really kind of made up your mind with that, I recommend you make an appointment for an annual wellness examination with your clinician and bring in your thoughts on this. I promise you, the person taking care of you is going to be interested, and they'll probably actually be excited about it. An opportunity to change things on the front end that really result in some long-term benefits. But choose your car. That's going to do it for this week's show. I hope you've enjoyed it. I hope I've given you something to think about. If I have, please click the like and subscribe button down below. I will be back next week. Until then, you better make me look good. Have a good week.